Red Nation blogger back with another video. It's been a pretty slow, dull offseason for the NBA, but the streets keep pumping out content, so I will keep talking about said content. Dwight Howard was on the Above the Rim podcast, I believe, and he had some things to say about the champions from the decade of the 2020s, starting with 2020 Lakers, and now we're with the Celtics in 2024. And he ranked them in order from 1 to 5. Here's what he said.
The order is Celtics, then Nuggets, then Warriors, then Bucks, and Lakers is the last. Like, Lakers was the easiest.
Okay.
As he take a sip. So if you had to rank them if we had to rank them in order,
Yeah.
what would be the order?
I'm going to go with 2020 first.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go next. I'm going to go with them 2022 Warriors.
Because
Okay.
no one expected them that
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Then I'm going to go with the Bucks.
Okay,
That's
three.
3.
One-man wrecking band.
And then 4 is the Nuggets. 5 is Celtics.
Any reason why they 5, bro?
Why they 5? I mean, the other ones.
Now, for me personally, looking at the series, going back and looking at every single champion for the last, I guess we'll say 5 seasons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 seasons. I looked at point differential for the series or series that they've played from round 1 to the finals. And I also factored in things like competition or guys that are hurt or stuff like that. So when I did all of that, and of course I factored in injuries, but I just want to stick to the straight point differential. When I looked at it, the 2020 Lakers had an overall point differential for the postseason of 6.9. The Bucks were at 6.7. The Warriors of 2022 were at 7.9. The Nuggets were at 8.1. And the Celtics were at a 7.9 point differential for the overall totality of every series that they played during their respective championship run. Looking at this, you would say, hey, the Denver Nuggets have the highest point differential at 8.1. Fair enough. But to me, I go deeper into that. I look deeper into those things because that could just be a team being dominant. That doesn't necessarily have to mean that your path was easier. Maybe you're just more dominant. For me, let's just get number 5 out the way. We know that the 2024 Celtics had the easiest run to the finals. In the finals, I would say, although they were favored by Las Vegas and by the odds makers, I would say a lot of people picked the Dallas Mavericks. A lot of people bought into the Luka and Kyrie Irving dynamic. And a lot of people are trying to rewrite that history right now as we speak. But going into that series, quite a few people picked the Dallas Mavericks that are on a national scale and that pay attention to NBA basketball, or at least cover NBA basketball. So I have the 2024 Celtics at number 5. Number 4, I'm going to switch it. I think I have the Golden State Warriors at number 4 at the easiest path. In the first round, they played a team in the Denver Nuggets that had no Jamal Murray and no Michael Porter Jr. That's 2 of their best offensive weapons outside of Jokic. He played in that series, obviously, but that it is what it is. In a 6-game series, Ja Morant didn't play past game 3. He got hurt. They played a Memphis Grizzlies team the next 3 games of that series without their best player. They did handle the Dallas Mavericks. They did handle the Boston Celtics, so I will give them their credit there. But in terms of the first and second rounds, you cannot play a team missing their 2 best players and another team missing their best player, and I'm going to put you over other teams. That's just not what I'm going to do. For the third easiest, I will say the 2023 Nuggets. I will go with the 2023 Denver Nuggets. In the first round, they played a Minnesota team with no Jaden McDaniels, no Naz Reid. In the second round of the playoffs, Chris Paul got hurt after game 2. I will say that I believe that Chris Paul would not have made a difference even if he was healthy. I just think that Denver was much better than Phoenix. But I will say that's another series where going into that series, people was like, it's KD, meaning I don't know what that means, like as if we didn't see him get swept in 2022, the previous year. But when they got Kevin Durant, a lot of people said it's KD in reference to the Suns having a chance or actually being favored going into that series. So I would say that's the third team. The fourth team I am going to say is the 2020 Los Angeles Lakers. They played a series in the first round versus the Portland Trail Blazers. Dame missed one game that series. I believe it was the final game. It was the elimination game, and at that point, the Lakers were already up 3-1. I believe the Blazers had won game one of that series. Lakers went on to win 4 straight. The second round, Russell Westbrook, although he played the entirety of the series, he was hurt. He had a quad injury that he had suffered in the bubble, and he was never the same after that. Daniel House Jr. got suspended after the second game of that series due to being horny, and he had got kicked out of the bubble because he had snuck somebody in his room or something crazy like that. So I do believe that, that helped the Lakers, obviously. But when you get to that Denver Nuggets series, that was probably their toughest competition on paper. And, they handled the Nuggets 4-1. The Miami Heat are the only team that pushed the Lakers to more than a 5-game series. They won a 6. Bam Adebayo missed, he missed 2 of the 6 games of that series. So that impacted that series, in my opinion, as well. Although I did think the Lakers were going to handle Miami regardless. So that leaves us to our number 1 team. I'm going to say the Milwaukee Bucks had the toughest route. When you look, obviously they swept Miami in the first round by a point differential of 20.5, which is crazy. But Miami Heat had like a 2-week offseason or something like that because of the finals and the bubble, and then we had a shortened season to go into the next year. In the second round, they actually, even though they won that series versus Brooklyn in 7, they actually lost the point differential battle by 2.8 points per game. Kyrie Irving missed 3 of the 4 games of that series. James Harden missed 3 of the 4 games that series. 3 of the 7 games, and Kyrie Irving missed 3 of the 7 games that series. I apologize for that. Kyrie Irving actually only played 17 minutes in Game 4 before he got hurt with an ankle injury when he fell on Giannis's foot. Round 3, that was the Trae Young Atlanta Hawks and Milwaukee Bucks series. Trae Young was balling that series. I think it was tied 2-2 before Trae Young stepped on the referee's leg and twisted his ankle. Although Giannis did miss 2 games of that series himself with an hyperextended in his knee, I do believe that the Hawks missing Trae Young was more detrimental than the Bucks missing Giannis, because Trae Young was the Hawks' offensive engine, and you could tell they stood no chance without Trae Young. Even in the games that Giannis missed, Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday pretty much had their way in that series. And in the finals, Phoenix was the best team in the NBA that season. They had the number 1 record in the West. They won 60 games, I believe. That was Chris Paul's first year there. They went up 2-0, and the Bucks just won four straight. The Giannis dominated on both sides of that of the ball that series, including a 50 ball in a closeout game. So you got to give him credit. You got to give the Milwaukee Bucks credit for their run. So that's my order. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? What say you? Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you have not. Comment, please. Let me know what your order would be. Let me know what you disagree with me on, if you would switch anything. And I'm out.